enslaved man named Robin worked as a blacksmith on the plantation under Jean-Jacques Heidel's ownership in the 1820s. Plantation blacksmiths made tools and supplies for plantation work. Enslaved domestic workers and craftsmen like Robin would sometimes receive cash tips for their work. A plantation's master had the legal right to grant freedom to an enslaved person, and an enslaved person could sometimes buy his or her freedom. That didn't happen often, but when it did, it was usually because an enslaved person had a marketable skill.
Like a blacksmith, a carpenter, a cooper, and they could make tips and also work extra hours. So someone who saved that money could later buy their freedom. They didn't have to work all the time on the plantation, and they were usually hired out from plantation to plantation all the way to New Orleans. Among the people who were freed from this plantation, one of them was Marie Joseph, who was freed in 1827, 1 year after the death of Jean-Jacques Heidel, the father.
Marie Joseph was a cook in the big house.
The other one is Françoise, also a cook on the plantation. She gave 8 children to the plantation, and she was eventually freed, and she died in 1841 on the Whitney Plantation. Once free, we see people who belonged to the Whitney Plantation who came back after working hard, mostly from New Orleans, who made money and who came back on the plantation to buy people from slavery. It may be a wife, it may be also children, a father, a mother.
One instance that took place at Whitney Plantation was in 1778, when an enslaved man bought his freedom and then returned to buy his own father out of slavery. Continue on the main path, and on your left, you will see a metal structure that looks like a boxcar. Look for the sign with the number 7.